Return statements are a fundamental part of Kotlin programming that allow you to exit functions early and send values back to the caller. Understanding how to use return statements effectively makes your code cleaner, more efficient, and easier to read. Let's explore the different ways to return values and exit functions in Kotlin. The most basic form of a return statement is used in functions that have a declared return type. Here, the function greet takes a string parameter called name and returns a string. The return keyword is followed by the value you want to send back. In this case, it returns a greeting message that includes the name parameter using string interpolation. Early returns are extremely useful for handling edge cases or validation at the beginning of a function. In this divide function, before performing the division, there's a check to see if the divisor b equals 0. If it does, the function immediately returns null, preventing a division by 0 error. This pattern is called a guard clause, and it helps avoid deeply nested if statements by handling special cases early. Functions can have multiple return statements, allowing you to exit at different points based on various conditions. The checkAge function demonstrates this pattern. It checks the age value against several thresholds and returns a different string for each case. If age is less than 0, it returns invalid. If less than 18, it returns minor. If less than 65, it returns adult. Otherwise, it returns senior. Each condition is checked in sequence, and the function exits as soon as a condition is met. Kotlin offers a concise syntax for functions that contain only a single expression. Instead of using curly braces and the return keyword, you can use an equals sign followed by the expression. The square function multiplies x by itself and returns the result. The max function uses an if expression to return the larger of two values. Notice that the return type can even be inferred by the compiler, making the code even more compact. When you use return inside a lambda expression, it actually returns from the enclosing function, not just from the lambda itself. In the findFirst function, there's a for each loop that iterates through a list. When an element greater than 10 is found, the return statement exits the entire findFirst function, not just the lambda. This is called a non-local return because it returns from a scope larger than the immediate lambda. If you want to return only from the lambda and continue executing the outer function, you need to use a labeled return. In this example, the lambda is labeled with lit at symbol. Inside the lambda, return at lit returns only from the lambda iteration, similar to a continue statement in a regular loop. This allows the for each to skip the current iteration and continue with the next element, while the processItems function keeps running. Let's summarize what we've learned about return statements in Kotlin. First, use early returns for guard clauses to handle validation and edge cases at the start of your functions. Second, single expression functions can omit the return keyword entirely using the equals syntax, making your code more concise. Third, when working with nested lambdas, remember to use labeled returns to control exactly which scope you're returning from. Mastering these patterns will help you write cleaner, more maintainable Kotlin code.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.